Well, this is certainly a busy political season. The Iowa caucuses are in the books, and New Hampshire's now on our doorstep. Meanwhile, President Obama continues to battle Republicans in Congress, and the Virginia General Assembly is set to reconvene. And here to discuss it all is a man really tuned into all these things, State Senator Don McEachin. Thank you for being here, Senator.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first, I'd like to get your take on the Iowa caucuses. Obviously, you're a supporter of President Obama. How do you think things ended up in terms of the president's perspective?
Well, the president's busy running the country and is preparing for his reelection. I don't know that he's necessarily tuned into the Republican primaries, but I found them to be fascinating. Mitt Romney spent a bunch of money and actually got less votes than he did 4 years ago. And I have to believe that's because people don't know who Mitt Romney is. Is he a liberal from Massachusetts? Is he a conservative? He seems to be prepared to say whatever he needs to say to get the nomination.
Is Romney your preferred candidate for the president, or does it not matter to you?
They can put anybody they want into the field. We'll win, and we'll win Virginia as well.
All right, let's talk about the president a little bit. He's run into kind of a controversy here in Washington over the appointment of Richard Cordray. Going the recess appointment route, which is can sometimes be controversial in Washington. Why do you think that was necessary in this particular instance?
Because the Republicans have continued for the entirety of his presidency to oppose even the simplest things that he attempts to do. You know, this office of being a consumer watchdog, a consumer advocate, is a necessary office in these times to make sure that people are empowered with the tools they need to make good financial decisions. And the Republicans simply wouldn't nominate the man other than for the simple reason that he was a Democrat.
Do you think it's more than that, though? I mean, there seems to be concern about the expansion of government and perhaps more burdens put on businesses in the creation of this new office. Do you disagree with that? I
do disagree with that. I think the perspective that we ought to have, which is a realistic perspective, is that consumers need information. They need someone that they can trust to give them information that they can then use to empower them to make good decisions. And that's what government should be about, empowering people.
Speaking of government, let's talk about what's happening here in Richmond. You're obviously in the middle of this whole debate over the state Senate, 20-20 split right now. Lieutenant Governor Bowling thinks he should be able to cast the deciding vote in determining organization. You disagree with that. There's a lawsuit pending now. Are you guys talking at all? Can there be some sort of equitable power sharing can be resolved without having to go through the court system?
I certainly hope so, Ryan. You know, the people of Virginia voted for a 2020 Senate, and they expect power to be shared and shared equitably. And I think that's even been proven by the poll that was recently taken that showed that 55% of Virginians, Democrats, Republicans, and independents alike, when they saw that it was a 2020 Senate, think that there should be power sharing. Regrettably, what Lieutenant Governor Bowling has said is, you know, I'm going to run the Senate, I'm going to vote on all these issues, and we're going to have Republican majorities, and the fact that it's a 2020 Senate just doesn't matter.
Is it, not to cut you off, I'm sorry about that,
right.
Are you talking, though? I mean, we see the press releases going back and forth from the public, but are there any negotiations actually taking place that could get us to that position?
Not yet. Now, in fairness, everybody's out of town and sort of coming back to Richmond now, but we've said back in December at the Senate Finance Retreat that we would meet with the Republicans anytime, any place, to discuss this very important matter of power sharing.
Okay, all right. Senator McEachin, a lot to talk about there. We touched on a lot of it. I appreciate it, sir, and good luck in this upcoming session.
Thank you.
All right.